As we say good morning to everybody here, we're so glad that you joined us here today for Infinity Fellowship as we're getting started, as people are coming in. We begin by opening the way. We want to make sure that we, in a very powerful way, welcome in spirit and begin by focusing our energy on the God of our acceptance and understanding, the God of your acceptance and understanding. In the space today, we ask that you take a deep breath. Exhale and let it go. Find that good space of stillness. Sit a little bit taller in your seats. And then allow your eyes to close gently from top to bottom. And in this quiet space, go ahead and allow yourself to experience the peace of recognition. And go ahead and allow the baby's voices to be absorbed into your meditation space. It's awareness. And yes, we embrace it. We breathe it in as a sign of life, as a space of living, as a space of joy. Go ahead and begin to hear what that means to you when we say those words. When we say awareness, how does it feel when it enters your consciousness? When we hear the word joy, when we hear the word peace, when we hear the word divine clarity, when we hear the word God, creator, divine source, what comes to mind, what comes to spirit based on your background, your spiritual practice, all of it is welcome in this moment right now. As we together breathe in and breathe out, centering ourselves in this moment, being present for spirit to speak to us and through us. And from this space of stillness and clarity, we invite all heads to bow here in the space and at home, and all hearts to open as we speak directly to divine source. God of our acceptance and understanding, we give thanks for this moment today, for this gathering that we call the Infinity Fellowship. Thank you on this day that we celebrate those who have graduated, those who have commenced, who have moved forward. We recognize that we are in a state of constantly moving forward. Just like the universe and the stars and the planets, all of the atoms and all of the molecules in creation, everything down to the quarks in physics, always moving. So are we. And yet in this stillness, we give thanks for where we have been brought to up to this point. We give you thanks for those hard moments that are difficult, for those moments we have to deal with things like death and transition and moving on to the ancestral realm, for those things we have to deal with like society and the old ways dying off and the old people who are holding on to the old ways, fighting even harder to keep them from dying off. We speak the ushering in of a new era, an era of love, an era of acceptance, an era of affirmation. And we speak that we will be agents of ushering in that era by walking in our divine purpose. That's why we are here. We are here to shine, to contribute something awesome to the world. And we give thanks in this moment for you calling each and every one of us in our own unique way to be something special in this life. Thank you for our children. Thank you for the next generation that we are pouring into here and everywhere abroad. We thank you for our elders and their wise counsel as we encounter them in the day-to-day. We thank you finally for the very breath in this body. If we're still breathing, we're still here. If we're still here, we are here to win. And so we speak victory in our lives, healthy, prosperous families, victory in our lives, prosperity and abundance to do the things that we need to do, health and wealth in spirit in our lives, growth and expansion. All of these things we proclaim with victory, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Ashe. Let us prepare for our pouring of libations. good to see and to feel people coming in and to hear people coming in. Now is the moment where we pour our libations, where we recognize the shoulders that we stand on. We recognize that if you didn't know it, I'm here to broadcast you a very special societal truth. And that is that you didn't get here all by yourself. And that didn't just start with in your mama's womb, but when you got out. Ever since you emerged in this world and tried to tell us who you really were, and the people couldn't understand because we'd forgotten the language, somebody has been there along the way to help. Somebody has been there along the way to aspire, to inspire, to aspire to. There are people who came before us, and when we pause to recognize them, we are saying we are connected in this divine flow. We recognize that regardless of what religious tradition you come from, all faiths agree that when we are absent in this physical space, we are somewhere, because spirit is eternal. And so we recognize the ancestors. We may not have physically met them, but somebody told us a story about somebody in our family that either shocked or inspired us. But we recognize that we are the sum total of all of our parts. And when we pour, we use a Yoruba word, ashe. Ashe. It is a proclamation of, and so it is. But ashe also means breath. It also means spirit. It also means that divine spark that is inside all of us. So that's why when you holler it out, when you say it, you feel so much power, because there's so many levels to this thing. And so as we pour today, we begin our libations by pouring this water that represents the living into the earth, that represents what happens to these earth suits when we can no longer wear them, when our spirits are so big that they just desire to be back with creation. Ashe. We pour and say, cool water, freshen our spirits. Ashe. Freshen and consecrate this house for spiritual work. Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors. Ashe. We give praise to Almighty Mother, Father God, divine source, and all creation. Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. When we pour to the north and the energies of the north, we pour to the symbolic direction of finding our direction, of squaring up. We're on the yoga mats on Fourth Sunday. I say, put your feet at true north, both feet facing forward. True north is where we find and commit to having direction in life. Ashe. We pour to the energies of the south, which is an energy of remembrance. We got a lot of great things that come out of the dirty South. In Kemet, the dirt came out of the dirty South, which is why they called it Kemet, the black earth from the black land, from the richness of the spaces that come from the South. Ashe. To the energies of the East, the rising sun. I don't care what happened to you yesterday. I don't care what happened to you last night. That sun got up this morning, reminding you that you got another chance to get it right today. Ashe. To the energies of the West and the coming of the divine feminine lunar cycle, recognizing that even when it's dark outside, God sends you the lights of the stars and the moon to guide your way in the darkness. Ashe. Oh, to the ground below us, recognizing that we must be rooted in who we are and whose we are. And when we are rooted, then like a tree that's planted by the water, we shall not be moved. And even when the wind blows, it is okay to bend as long as you don't break. Ashe. To the sixth direction in the Lakota tradition, the skies above us, that space of recognition of a blank landscape that we can dream from and build a manifest reality from it as such. Ashe. And in the Lakota tradition, there's a seventh direction. We thought there were just four. People added six, but now there's a seventh, and that seventh is Grand Central Station. It's the intersection of all of those directions, and that's your heart space. May you continue to move from a space of love and power, always in that vibration. Ashe. All right, and as we now get ready to pour, I'm going to invite you to call aloud the names of the ancestors that you want to pour for as we pour these next few pours of water. People who are at home, you can pour right in the chat box. We love to see all of those ancestors fill up the chat box, and we know that you're at home screaming them out loud, calling them out loud, or whispering them out loud. But at this point, go ahead and call those names aloud as we pour the rest of the water. Ashe. Let's hear those names. Haywood H. Carr, Catherine Hayes Carr, Queen Mother Zuli Ursary, Bernice Brunson, Melba Sewell, Dorothy Smith, Horace Marion Frazier, Eloise Frazier, all those ancestors on this land, indigenous people in their space. Piak, Thomas Nessie Haynes, Devil May Carr, Esco B. Carr, all those are the children. And as those names continue to come in, as we continue to remember them, as we continue to hear them in our spirits, we speak in this space today for these names, for the children in the world, for the children in the womb, for the children yet unborn. And we say together, Ashe, 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 oh, it is done, it is done, it is done in the space today. Today's meditation that I call you to, which is on the screen, comes to us from one of the great modern, postmodern spiritual teachers, Shakti Gawain. If you have not read Shakti's book, including creative visualization and tons of other great pieces of work that has been put in the world by Shakti, Shakti reminds us, quote, "It does not always help to analyze and think about problems with your rational mind. Sometimes it is far more effective to turn to your inner self, to ask the universe for help. Simply sit quietly, take a few deep breaths, and focus your awareness within. Ask your wise inner self, either silently or aloud, for guidance or help in understanding the message. As you get a sense of what feels right, act on this feeling. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Ashe." All right. Well, y'all, how y'all doing today? Let me say it again. Good morning, Infinity. Good morning. All right, rise to your feet. We're going to sing together our congregational hymn. We haven't sung Peace, Peace in a while. Sister Kanitha's coming up. I love it when she makes her way to the microphone as a voice of infinity today. Today we recognize that the God of your acceptance and understanding has made you in that divine image and likeness. And this divine source of all that was, is, and ever shall be weaves our voices together today. And so as we invite peace, love, and joy into our lives, we speak it, we sing it, we know it to be true. Let us sing together.
Peace, peace, wonderful peace, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, peace, peace, everlasting peace, let my peace shine bright, so the world can see love, 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 wonderful love, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, love, love, everlasting love, let my love shine bright, so the world can see. Let's get some joy. Joy, joy, wonderful joy, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, joy, joy, everlasting joy, let my joy shine bright, so the world can see. And some more peace. Peace, peace, wonderful peace, enter my heart and bring healing to me. Oh, peace, peace, everlasting peace, let my peace shine bright, so the world can let my love, let my love shine bright, so the world, let my joy, let my joy shine bright, so the world, and let my peace, let my peace shine bright, so the world can see.
All right, we can snap it up, be seated in the space today. Thank you, Lady Kenitha, for leading us through that, and Sister Kamaria for coming on up to the mic eagerly and sharing at this time. I got the lenses here today, so it's time for our statement of infinitude. So I think they're eager to come on up and share with us. Y'all give them some love all the way from Macon, Georgia, visiting at home. Y'all give it up. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Infinity family.
Good morning.
Hey, Infinite Streamers.
Yes, yes.
All
right.
As we welcome you to the Infinity Fellowship, I remind you of our 4 core principles of our gathering. As you all know, we call that SNAP.
Snap it up.
The S is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N is for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every single day. And finally, the P. The P is for the proof. The proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful you are all here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality. The divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, yet known by only one energy. This is the foundational practice of true interspirituality where all are affirmed in love energy. I invite you all at home and in this space, we are now going to stand. Join us in our statement of infinitude.
All right, let's do this. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that the various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversation that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe.
Woo! Thank y'all, Leslie. Thank y'all, Leslie. All right, we're gonna generate some gratitude today. Turn to a neighbor, say good morning. Good morning. Turn to somebody else and say good morning to you. Good morning. Turn to somebody else and say good morning to you too. Good morning to you too. All right, as we are generating gratitude today, we do it really simply. We sing a song that says good morning to you, and then we just go around and find 2 or 3 people and let them know one thing that you're grateful for. If you're grateful for something at home, of course, type it in the chat box, and I'm going to shout you out on that in a minute when we take a coffee break. But for right now, we get to sing good morning to you. So everybody come on off those feet one more time, and let's get ready to sing. A good morning to you. 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 And we say, da 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 Let's go find 2-3 people. Let them know. Tell them your name and something you're grateful for. If you're at home, type it into the box. Let us know where you're broadcasting in from, and we'll get you covered.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Well, good morning, live streamers. We are so glad that you are online with us, huh? It is another great morning to be together. So go ahead, type in what you're grateful for. What are you grateful for this morning? I've got a few things to share a little bit later in service. But what? Type it in. Type in some things that you're grateful for. Your family. The fact that you woke up this morning. The fact that we are here together. Go ahead and type it in. We love y'all. We love you so much. Hey, yeah, da 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 da.
We got that great energy in the house today. Great energy. Anytime you find one thing to be grateful for, you'll be surprised. Because the thing about gratitude is infectious. It spreads. It's difficult to be able to hold negativity in the face of gratitude. Two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So in this space today, we are grateful for the opportunity to participate deeper in our worship and celebration today through giving. It's giving time at Infinity. Yes, that wasn't loud enough. We got it. It's giving time at Infinity. See, I got to let the folks at home know, because the folks at home act crazy. They send me pictures of them jumping all over the place during giving time, and I'm like, I'm loving it. But that's what happens when you're in a space where you recognize that giving is a part of any ritual that preserves community and also grows community. We give from a space not of guilt here at Infinity, but from a space of goodness and gratitude. Giving, as I teach people, is a space of return. It's recognizing that we've already received everything. We're breathing, we're thinking about things, even if we're critical of processes like giving. We are grateful to have the patterns firing in our brains, the synaptic patterns that give us the power to criticize. What a gift. What a gift that is. So as we prepare to give today, we can give either in the basket up front. We also have envelopes in the back for those of you who like to keep track of your giving. The giving is tax deductible, of course. You know, we are a charitable organization as well. We are here to build and to grow. This year has been a phenomenal year as we have made our comeback from COVID. This is the second year of return for our Performing Arts Academy. Our Performing Arts Academy opens tomorrow. This house will be full every day, all day, Monday through Friday, with talented kids ages 7 through 14 who are building their future. And we have some great stories that we tell every single year. We're excited to have that off. Our professors are in place. Our program is full, pretty much. So we're excited to be able to give people a great option for what to do in the summer. 6 whole weeks they will be here every single day. And so this is the kind of work that we do at Infinity, and we do that because the foundational principle is giving. It's recognizing that we pour back into the space where we receive our spiritual food. So I want to thank each and every one of you, those who have been givers, those who have given your tithing space, and if you have realized the blessing of tithing, taking 10% of what you bring in and pouring it back to where you get your spiritual food, it's a beautiful space to be in. So as we prepare to give today, either in person through the basket or the envelope. You can also give electronically via Cash App. You can give electronically via PayPal, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. We'll put a slide up for that. You can also give via what we call now snail mail. We used to just call it mail, but now that everybody uses email, we do snail mail, and that's fine. Snail mail is 641 West Nocturne Drive here at the Infinity Center. So as we prepare to dig deep in the space today and give thanks in this moment, we do not want to put it out into the universe without a great blessing and intention on it. So I'm going to ask that we rise to our feet in this moment as we prepare to give and get our devices ready. Get my device ready too, because I got paid on Friday. I love it. All right, as we prepare, let us supercharge our energy with our giving affirmation. We can say it here and at home together. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Repeat after me. Everything is good.
Everything is good.
Everything is good.
Everything is good.
Everything is good. I got it. I got it. I got it good. Y'all know the words now.
I've got it. Oh, I've got it good.
All right, let us give it this time.
Everything is good. Yeah. Everything is good. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Yeah, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. Yes, it is. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on, sing it with me now.
Everything is good.
Yes, it is.
Everything is good.
Oh, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, everything. Hey, yeah. Come on and tell yourself. Oh, everything is good. And I've got it. Woo. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Hey, yeah, yeah. Everything is good. Oh, everything is good. Yeah, everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it. Hey, I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Oh, I've got it good.
Yeah, give a round of applause. Give some thanks in the space. All right, we got extra voices showing up and all of that. How beautiful it is. Well, Infinity, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that we're all here in the space today, in the space of giving and love. My name is Jeff Obafemi Carr, for those who I have not met or I am just meeting or re-meeting. Here in the space, I go by Rev Jeff. And we are in a space today of welcome. This is the point in time where we welcome our visitors. After we welcome our visitors, we take a coffee break at Infinity. We got coffee and tea in the lobby for adults and water. And of course, the children go downstairs with Lady Kanitha. They get to go and snack and have fun and play in the Youth Power Zone. But first, we like to welcome you. If this is your first time, we like to let you know that we see you and we value you. So I'm going to ask if there are any first time physically in this year Visitors to Infinity that you stand at this time. You don't have to say anything, but we'd like to recognize you if you want to stand up for us. And yeah, give them a round of applause. Before you sit down, I want to tell y'all something. We don't see y'all today as human beings who showed up to have a spiritual experience. We see it the other way around. You're spirits who are navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. So everybody in front of you is going to stand up with you, and they're going to turn to you. And they're going to hold their hands up, and everybody on that side is just going to shoot you information, shoot your hands toward you as well. And we're going to take a deep breath, and y'all can say this back and enjoy it because it's real, or you could just receive it, but everybody's going to send it to you and to each other. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. All right, here's our welcome. I see you. I see you. But you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me. Well, I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I'm with you. We're with you. And you're at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you shining today. So welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Give a fist bump, give a high five, give a hug. Greet somebody. Show them where everything goes. If you're at home, type first time. Also take a chance, visitors, to scan the QR code. We got some nice things to send you. We love you. See you in a minute. Hey, get some coffee. Greetings, 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 everybody at home. What's up, y'all? This is Rev Jeff. I am talking to y'all from my office. Great things happening, great and wonderful things happening in the world. And I want to send some shout outs to all of you who are here in the space. Those of you who are watching, go ahead. If you have not done it, hit the like button. If you are on YouTube, also send us some hearts if you're on Facebook. Even if you're on Twitter watching, go ahead and do that as well. Also, hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and go ahead and hit the follow button if you're on Facebook. And again, hit a retweet on Twitter. Send us some love out so that people know that we are here. Share the link. We've got a great download coming up for you, a great message coming up. We also have announcements coming up from Brother Tony. I want to send a shout out to Sister Lee in the space. I hear you singing today. Brother Terrell still in the space with us as well. Sister Felina, see you checking in. Michelle Mayberry, Christina Trotter. I see so many of you in the feed there on the right-hand side. So I want to send you a shout out and send you some love and let you know that great things are happening. Also, I want to let you know that we are raising money for the Performing Arts Academy. And that Performing Arts Academy starts tomorrow. We are raising $20,000. Our goal is $25,000. We started this weekend. We're up to just $20,000. So now that gives us an opportunity to put 20 extra kids in our academy at a cost of about $1,000 per kid per summer. That's a 6 week program, and you all know that it's named after Queen Mother Catherine Carr, the Queen Mother Carr Scholars. I'm going to give you that opportunity to contribute to that fund if you'd like. Whatever you can put in, you can. It's beautiful. It's going to help us take things a long way. That is mamacarr.com. All you got to do is type that in, MAMACARR, mamacarr.com. Do that at some point after service. Share with your friends. If people want to give corporate contributions, we can do that as well. But we're going to be here teaching young people how to act out on a stage instead of a street corner, across traditions, across races, everything. It's a beautiful thing. We've experienced almost 20 years of a Performing Arts Academy, and 100% of our kids have graduated from high school. So yeah, we're going to do it. Listen, it's time to go back to service. Hear the rest of the announcements today. We love you guys. I appreciate you. I will see you in a minute.
Good morning, Infinity. Happy anniversary to you too. Absolutely. Sorry I couldn't make the event, and unfortunately I couldn't even make the Memorial Day event. I've been both working at the same time, been rehearsing a play. It's been so much going on right now. I still got lines like going through my head right now, so it's like it's crazy right now. I feel like I'm a whole different person right now. It's just crazy, but it is what it is. I really wish I had some background music or something whenever I come up here, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see how this goes. But another note, in preparation for Standing Ovation, if you're an Infinite streamer and you have a manifest achievement that you want to report as a Standing Ovation today, go ahead and type it to the chat box for at this time. Not now, but right now. Thank you. A standing ovation is an accomplishment that you have made that we can shout you out for. And let us know what good thing you've brought into the world by typing it in early. So, welcome to June, the 6th month of 2020. Trace. Because you know that this right here is the year of transcendence. Because the definition of transcendence is to exist or to go beyond the range of, to surpass, exist, or experience beyond the normal or physical level. What a powerful concept for spiritual practice, because this is the year that we rise together to the next level in everything that we think and say, and most importantly, hold on, we gotta do it one more time. For everything that we think, we say, and most importantly, bars. We invite you to empower yourself continually by speaking aloud our daily mantra for the year. Even from the ashes, I rise, which we will say together with authority and proclamation. Even from the ashes, I rise. Don DeMarco. So, are you ready for an awesome midweek boost of community? Join us in the Membership Band app on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And yes, I said it, specific time. So, yes, specific, Pacific, what they want to say, for our midweek gathering and in-app discussion led by the young, dynamic duo, Terrell and Tashana Lindsley. Looking so beautiful. That's a beautiful little picture right there. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, shoot. Like a nice little prom picture. Y'all saying like y'all in high school or something. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. All right? Like high school sweethearts. So, come and explore spiritual growth and development with a great weekly check-in. We will get to kick back and enjoy each other's company from the comfort of our phones or computers. That's each Wednesday night. And this right here concludes our highlight announcements for the morning. So let's bring back Rev Jeff and Lady Kenitha, because it's time for you know the business. Standing ovation right here. Standing ovations! Thank y'all so much.
Your vibration to a high elevation. It's time for the good news, our standing ovation.
Yes. So it's time for standing ovation. Our high energy here at IF comes from our practice of snap. It's why we snap our fingers during this part of the service. We receive practical lessons and tools for our individual journeys. Yes. That's spirituality. We fellowship with like-minded spirits every week. That's nurturing. We take what we learn and apply it in our lives. That's action. And if we do these, then every week we see examples of progress in our lives, and that's the proof. So let us pause to enjoy a collective moment of manifestation and expansion. When your name is called, please stand as I read, and you can do this online as well. Please stand as I read aloud your manifestation. When I finish each person's ovation, we will all snap our fingers to celebrate and affirm them, and then provide a collective standing ovation at the end. Woo!
Woo! We got so many standing ovations here that I'm trying to get the kids' ovations out first, so that we can get them in line, because before we do our ovations, we've got, okay, there we go. We've got them coming in. All right.
I love it.
Oh, are you kidding me? I love it, absolutely love it. Okay. Yeah. Now, we got all of these wonderful standing ovations, which means a lot of great things are happening. So I'm going to take these ovations and put them to the side for just a couple of minutes, because we also have a special ovation to give today. And Tony, you take us to our next slide. It will show you that this is Graduate Sunday at Infinity Fellowship. We all want to hear those words, don't we? We always want to hear that in America. We don't care. We can be the most Afrocentric hip hop head. I don't like classical music, but the minute we hear that dun 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 dun, we're like, yeah, it's mine too. It's mine too. Everybody's walking in. So we see that, we know the commencement is not the end, it is the beginning. But we do have a few people we want to recognize today for their achievement in the space. Listen, regardless of what piece of paper you might have from any space, really the piece of paper is only the affirmation of the work that has been done. So keep that in mind. A lot of people chase the piece of paper, but the piece of paper comes at the end. So it is at the end of achievement that you get the piece of paper. The piece of paper is an affirmation. It is simply a piece of paper, but it holds value depending on where the piece of paper is from. So we want to make sure that highest above all, we give you a piece of paper to match the piece of paper that you just obtained from the world, but that you have a spiritual piece of paper that reminds you that there are people here who are going to absolutely root for your success wherever you are. Wherever you go in the world, there's going to be no stopping you. And that's what it is. So, our first celebrant, which will ask you to come up and stand. We can stand in front of the carpet. Our first celebrant for academic achievement and leadership demonstrated by matriculating through a rigorous program of learning, the Infinity Fellowship hereby recognizes this person for successfully attaining the degrees specified below, demonstrating the power of spiritual practice, focus, commitment to self-development, and the power of community. Let this certificate be an affirmation of the shining star that you are. For high school diploma, class of 2023, from MLK High School, Kayla Ridley. Stand right there. Dia, somebody's gonna take the pictures for me because I'm a camera's dad. And somebody snatches. Who's got a clear camera? Oh, Carmen's got a clear camera. Once you take your picture, go ahead and step to the left or to the carpet. All right, good. We're so proud of y'all. All right. Kayla graduated from MLK, Math and Science Magnet High School with honors. She will attend Savannah College of Art and Design in the fall, with a major of visual effects and a minor in video game development.
We need to go get Kalia. She's downstairs.
Yes, do we need to go get her? Go get, yes, somebody go grab her. Somebody grab Kalia. Grab Kalia. Yes, grab Kalia, because I want to put this in her hand. That's my baby. We got to get that. All right, next we have for academic achievement and leadership demonstrated by matriculating through a rigorous program of learning, the Infinity Fellowship hereby also recognizes high school diploma class of 2023 graduate, Miss Hillary Treese. Woo! Come on, turn around and take that picture. Yes, we got good. Kalia's coming. We've got it. Take it forward, Tony. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Hillary graduated as a sports star at Eagleville High School. She plans to go into hospitality, beginning with an internship in Napa Valley while pursuing visual arts. All right. As we've got Kalia coming up, so we want to recognize. Next in line, let's go to our next slide, Tony, because I know forward. Yeah, we'll come back to Kalia. We want to recognize one of our online brothers who, now listen, I'm going to tell y'all this now, I love y'all, but when we say y'all send us the picture, then we send us the picture, and we got to print this stuff. But brother, sadly, we know that we appreciate you and your energy that you brought into the fellowship all the way in Mississippi. Attained his Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Of course, already had several degrees, but decided to go back and get the BS in nursing. And he achieved that. Class of 2023, now heading into other academic pursuits. And we're sending you love down there, Brother Johnny Sattler. The Reverend All right, good. So now we can go back to the beginning so that we can welcome up a wonderful young lady who we have seen grow up in this space. We screamed for her. We saw her walk across that stage. And she is a testament to just the work that she has put in during COVID. She helped her mama lead this family. She has been a model for her sisters in doing so. And so we want to recognize Sister Kalia Stevens. Come on up here and get it. Woo! There you go, baby. You know, turn around so they can take a picture of you. You are beautiful. She's headed into a powerful future. Kalia is going into the powerful future. And finally, we're going to celebrate another grown-up that we have in here from the space of Nashville, Tennessee, and really digging in. Y'all know the Kings. If y'all don't know the Kings, y'all know they will light a place up at any given time. Shakira King, we're going to send her a shout out. She got her Juris Doctorate degree from Nashville School of Law. And you all know at any given time she was given an update. Sometimes those updates were, this class is driving me crazy. Sometimes the updates were, these people are trying to knock me out. But she was continually positive and hung in there. And she actually walked across the stage last week with her Juris Doctorate. So she is now Esquire Attorney Shakira King. So just send a shout out to you, Shakira. We know you're on the road, you're kicking it, but we got this here for you in the space today. So we want to give a thunderous ovation to our graduates today and let them know how much we love them and are proud of them. All right, thank y'all, ladies. Y'all may be seated. It's wonderful, man. Hey, we don't have any limit. They don't, at graduation, they say, please hold your applause. No, we want you to act a donkey in here. As when you're dealing with young people, we want to make sure, we'll get the Holy Ghost for our kids. You want to create an environment where we're going to pour into our kids so that they know the importance of it. And I'm tell you something with kids. Kids don't like coming to spiritual community. I don't care what it is. When I was doing E5, everybody was there. The adults in there with divination. The kids in the garage just picking their nose, Just, I don't want to be here. They talk about Ashe and everywhere you go. But as kids grow older, they remember those lessons and that consistency from being around people who care about them. And often it's in their 20s and 30s and 40s. They go, you know what? I remember that. We used to sing that song and we used to have that fun there. And everywhere I went, people thought I was important. And it's because they are important. Yeah. So we love y'all. We're going to continue to build, going to continue to grow. And that's what we got. All right. Now let's give a couple of standing ovations.
All right. We're going through the standing ovations. And again, our little ones downstairs, they're watching online. So they always get to hear this too. Okay. So this standing ovation is for Talia, who is downstairs. Woo. Talia says, I scored a soccer goal and my team made it to the playoffs.
Oh!
You go,
First year playing.
Yes. You go, girl.
Come on through there.
Go, Talia. Okay, this is from Zion Rainey. Zion says, on May 16th, I graduated from the 5th grade at Fall Hamilton Elementary School.
Woo! 6th grade coming up. Oh, he's moving up to middle school now. He's moving up the food chain.
Okay, this is from the Lindsley family.
Stand, please.
Woo!
You had a family without both of y'all.
This time last year, we took a divine leap of faith and embarked on a journey to find or build community. We are happy to announce that our vibe has attracted our tribe abundantly.
1 year ago.
Woo! It's been a year.
Welcome to Infinity. We love it. Damn.
All right, this is from Dee and Denise Knowles.
Woo! Stand up,
All
please.
these
Come on,
power
Demetrius.
couples, yes. On yesterday, we celebrated our Synergy 17th wedding anniversary.
Woo!
Friends and family helped us celebrate our union and growth. I wish we could have been there. Our
know.
surprise for our guests was the debut of our new podcast, Vitamin D and D from A to Z.
All right.
Our son, Jashawn Freedom, performed in person, and the theme song he wrote himself. Ashe. Woo!
17 years becoming an institution on the airwaves, too.
Yes.
Come on.
All right, this next
17
one.
happy years.
17 happy years.
Not 17 long years.
Yes.
We're
Boyfriend
grateful.
and girlfriend on the weekends.
Yes.
Husband and wife
That's
during
the
the week.
secret.
All right, our next standing ovation is from Shay Brown.
Whoa, Shay.
Shay says, I was blessed to spend 6 days, 5 nights in San Juan, Puerto Rico with the most amazing person in the universe, Trey, for his big 30th birthday. Happy birthday, Trey! Oh.
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Woo! And Puerto Rico.
And Puerto Rico.
Y'all doing it big.
I know.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Making a brother look bad, man.
Yeah.
Gotta step my game up, man. Is that right, Brother Antonio? Yeah?
Hey.
It's my brother Antonio Insignares, eh? You see it, pick him.
It sounds good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I worked on that once. I had to actually do it. Puerto Rico. Hey! Okay. What we do, Mama?
All right. Well, we don't online.
Yes, we got online. That's right.
Yes.
All of this gratitude, I just love it. All right, online folks, we got some great gratitude.
Oh,
Brother.
and I have one too, though.
Okay, good. Come on.
Nala.
Hold Nala. Nala's
Nala.
in the midst of a standing ovation. You'll get that in a minute.
Yes, okay.
Brother Justin Redding, Dr. Justin Wedding.
Hey, Dr. Justin.
I know. I love it when these moments come in. Because y'all know Dr. Redding, during COVID, he joined his fiance, and they watch, and they got married in Ghana, and in the band app, they put all the elaborate pictures. If y'all had a chance to see the pictures and the ritual, the video, it's just amazing with the smoke and everything. So back to the United States, and he is just announcing that my wife and I, my newlywed, signed the contract to begin construction on our first home. Come on, man. Oh, yes.
Hey, I move.
See, this is
from
how
my
you
old
do things
house,
in the right and
and I
proper way.
move from
Bid it
my old
home.
friends. Yeah.
That is bid it home. I got a million of those voices in me. I tell you, that's another thing. Sister Destiny Muhammad. Woo! And I am not ashamed of big news, vibration, new folks. Y'all know this is how we do Infinity. And when you put in your mind a positive vibration, this stuff spreads, and you become a doer on a big level. Sister Destiny Muhammad, harpist from the hood, Oakland area, Bay Area. Destiny has been elected governor for the Recording Academy San Francisco chapter. That's who does the Grammys, y'all. Come on, governor. Come on, governor. Woo-hoo. That's shoot, man. Get out of here.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Dr. Michaela Bethune, who just came back from Ghana, just came back. I am moving.
Where's she moving?
I was selected as faculty and residence at LMU, which means free residency on campus. She's at Loyola Marymount. Free residency on campus so that I could create academic programming for and with students.
Field trip. We still got to get out there. Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Let me give y'all context.
Yes, please.
Nashville is considered an affordable city by many people, although now it costs about $92,000 a year for you to be able to pay rent, as opposed to just 5 years ago when it was $40,000. There's no kind of rent or mortgage like a LA rent or mortgage.
Yeah.
So when Dr. Michaela Bethune says that part of her residency is free housing, that's just continual cash flow in the pocket for the family and the boys.
Woo!
Goodness gracious. Tony I's got a standing ovation. I just got word from the director of the play, Meet Family with the Brick. We will be taking the play on the road to Lynchburg, Virginia in September 2024. Grateful for this and a joyful opportunity. Yes, Brother T. Yes, Brother T. I think, did we get everybody, Tony? That's it. All right, Mama.
All right.
Let us know what we did.
Okay, so at this time, if you shared a standing ovation, I want you to have several seats and wherever you are, while the rest of us are going to stand to our feet and give a thunderous standing ovation. So, y'all ready? Here we go. Yes, those are the announcements and ovations for today. So is spoken, so does received, and so it is. Ashe, 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 ashe.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Y'all ready for the message? Y'all help me sing something in. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. Oh, I shall not be moved. Come on, help me. Oh, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. Oh, I shall not be moved. Oh, hand in hand together, I shall not be moved. Hand in hand together, I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. Oh, I shall not be moved. Last time, say, I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved, just like a tree planted by the water. Oh, I shall not be moved. Give a round of applause to the universe in this space today. Oh, in the universal consciousness. Oh, I'll tell you a quick story about something that made me pull what's left of my hair out almost. Because I was scratching my head and I was trying to figure it out. Last week, we had Memorial Day weekend. And every Memorial Day, we hang out and we cook out and we relax. And shout out to Brother Dave Stewart, who 5 years ago gave us a used barbecue grill that still had enough oomph in it for us to be able to cook on gas and coals. So we had a little bit of, diversity there. But we used that grill until we burnt the bottom out that joint. And so this Memorial Day, it struck us that we needed to buy a new barbecue grill. So I found one at a Walmart and was able to get it and bring it here. And there's a package on there at the end, Brother D. It always tells you when you got to put something together, there's 3 words that it usually says. Has anybody had Christmas or Christmas or any kind of gift-giving session where you had to get something for your family or your kids? You probably know those 3 words. What are those 3 words that are terrifying? No, there's three more. That comes with it. Some assembly required. That's a message for you today. There's some assembly required. Turn to somebody and say, there's some assembly required. Now, you know that don't feel too bad if you're good at putting things together. You know, you're not intimidated by some assembly required. You expect that. But even I, in my dream desire as a child to be an engineer that led me to break down everything that came in front of me, be it a radio or a shoebox, and then to rebuild it in the image and likeness that was in my mind, still, I didn't think it was going to be 52 separate pieces to this barbecue grill. So when I opened it up and got it open, I saw the frame of the box, sisters. I said, well, you know, okay, this is not bad. And then I started peeling it away to where I said, wait a minute, there's more pieces than I thought. And then I put it, and eventually I said, oh my gosh, they were lying to me when they said some assembly required. You see, some means a little bit. You know, it doesn't mean comprehensive assembly required. Doesn't mean get a professional choir. It just said some assembly. So the first thing that I did was I said, man, I got to be able to figure this out, because the worst thing that you want to do when you have some assembly requirement is to not read the instructions. See, sometimes we can think we're smart, and I can fall into that category myself where I say, you know what, I can pretty much just look at the picture and figure it out. I can figure out the 17 M6 screws and the A4 screws and the hairpin clasp and all that. And I looked at it for a minute, and I admitted that I couldn't figure it out by sight. And so I had to lay it out, and I laid it out on this very rug here. And I went from piece one all the way. I cut up little pieces of paper and then just laid them out in a pattern. I said, they will all fit on the rug, Trey. I got it in my mind. And as I spaced them so carefully, I realized after I got to number 38, that 38 was right here. So it was bigger than the rug. So it was taking me all the way out here. So I was starting to get that little pre-anxiety in the space today. Am I going to be able to assemble this grill? Am I going to be able to reach my goal in the time that is allotted? And once they were all out, I breathed a little a sigh of satisfaction, because I said, well, at least I got all the pieces numbered. And at least I got the instruction manual. And it eventually took me about 3 hours. I think it was supposed to take me an hour. But you know, everything happens in its own time. But eventually I was able to put that together. But through the process, there were three things that happened to me that I think happen when we're talking about needing some assembly required in our lives, because there is some assembly required in our spiritual life. Turn to somebody and say, you're going to have to assemble that. Turn to somebody else and say, read the instruction manual first. You see, Sunday is about the instruction manual. This is how we get to that space of some assembly required. But that makes you, when you are intimidated with the amount of information that you feel you have to bring in to live a good spiritual life, to stay connected with God, to read the right scriptures, to go to the right spiritual practices, it can be quite intimidating. So the first thing that comes in your mind is a little bitty voice. And this little bitty voice don't say anything good, it says something bad. It's because the little bitty voice that comes into play when you are intimidated by a task that seems to be too big for you to complete in this allotted time. That little bitty voice is not your intuition, because your intuition would tell you you can do it. The little voice that is telling you you can't or challenging you, that is your conditioning. And your conditioning is what you have accepted in your life to believe from what other people have said about you. And most of the time, it's bad language. So the first thing that you hear is, quit. Quit, man. Quit. Just quit. It's too much to do. The quitting space is a space that comes from conditioning. It's because we've had other things happen in our lives that didn't work out. And so we're reminded of them. Our psychological confirmation bias looks for every instance of evidence where things didn't work out in that moment. And we're taught, well, it's time for you to just quit. Leave it alone. Don't mess with it. That's telling you, that's your conditioning saying you are not enough. Raise your hand if you've ever felt in your mind you were not enough. Raise your hand if somebody else told you you were not enough. Raise your hand if some institution made you feel as if you were not enough, even when you knew you were. Hands down. We know these things because the quit reflex, that quit voice, is the conditioning telling you that you are not enough. But Spirit is reminding you that you are more than enough. Turn to somebody and say, you're more than enough. You were made that way. The second thing that happens to you is even when you have read the instruction manual and you are in there doing the work, that voice says to you, just pick it back up later. Just pick it back up later. I call that the orchestration of procrastination. It's so intimidating. Rev, I got to read that book you told me to read. I got to follow these spiritual principles. You know, what if I just stop giving for now? Or what if I just stop forgiving? I don't feel like forgiving anybody right now, so I know I'm supposed to, but I think I'll just practice forgiveness later because right now I need to sit in the energy and the funkiness. And even if it's keeping me from getting out of the bed, even if it's keeping me from speaking to my family and friends, even if it's making me mean toward other people who come in my space, I would rather get to it later because I'm intimidated and having to actually get up and practice these principles because I'm not sure I'm going to be successful. Stop paying attention to the old doubting voice in your mind and get on it right now. There is no time like the present to recognize that you have been given every single tool you need to be successful in this world. You have been given a marvelous mind that thinks. You have been given hands to work with. You've been given community that will love on you, that will look in you. And if nothing else, you've been given the ability to look yourself in the mirror, and instead of seeing something negative, you see the divine light of God shining in you. That's the power that tells you don't put it off until later what you can do right now. I've had profound theological debates with my friends in the academy, and we can sit down at a table as Christian, as Muslim, as Buddhist, as agnostic, as atheist. We can sit down and argue over what's going to happen to us, who we are when we leave these earth suits. Where we going to be? Are we going to be sitting high or burning low? Are we going to be someplace in between? Are we going to come back through our ancestral line? Are we going to come back as a rock or a beetle? And it's senseless because nobody has gone and come back and reported on it. Right. But one piece of agreement we all have, that regardless of what happens or we think happens to us afterwards, we only got one life right now in this moment. That's all you got. So you might as well make it an awesome one. Instead of waiting on a chance to do it again, you got up this morning. That is your chance to do it again. You are hearing the sound of my voice. This is your opportunity to do it again. Turn to somebody and say, do it now. Do it now. The last thing that comes in your mind from this space of conditioning and this space of feeling like you're not enough is the easy one. I think I need to hire somebody else to do this. I was halfway through. They had 3 pieces, Rihanna, that they were describing on this grill. And the pictures that they drew were the exact same. There was 3 different handles though. And they looked exactly the same, but on the end that they had, one had a little pyramid thing and the other one had a square clasp. And I said, these are not the same handles that they were saying. And I said, at that point, maybe I need to hire a professional. Maybe I'll pay somebody. I'll end up paying 3 times what it's worth. But of course, I'm looking for somebody to save me because there's a point when you're moving forward in the world in your spiritual life where you are just on the cusp of getting the revelation. You're just on the cusp of being successful, but that doubt creeps in your mind because of all the hard work. You are on the threshold. You have put in the work. There is still a little bit work behind you, but that's when the universe has to tell you, do not quit, do not stop, because your urge is to call somebody else to do it. And that's how most people operate in the world. That's when people seek a guru to be their shepherd. Guide me, so all I got to do is sit there and listen and be told what to do. guide me, teach me get up, call me every morning, and make sure that I'm doing my meditation practice. Instead of letting me pray for myself in my own way, let me tune into you so that you can continually pray for me in every second that I need it. When I need something, please, you do it for me so that I don't have to learn how to do it myself. But when that person then leaves, or when something goes wrong or something goes awry, you are left all by yourself. The truth is, the guru lies in you. Turn to somebody and say, you the guru. Teach yourself. Because you see, when you embrace the instruction manual, then you recognize that the manual gives you the picture and it gives you the instructions, but you have to be patient in the process. I learned a valuable lesson from Grinnell McShepherd. Used to teach at Overton High School. Y'all know Mr. Mack, great guy. Mr. Mack used to teach me how to fix things. And by working with him, it was the slowest, most painstaking process on anything I've ever experienced in my life. I put an alternator in a Nissan 300ZX with him, and it took us all day. I learned how to change oil with him. It took me forever. I can change oil in 16 minutes or less now, but it took me forever. But I learned how to do that. I learned how to draw the circumference for a toilet, put a toilet seat in it. It was forever and ever a process. And of course, I'm young, so I wanted to get it done fast. And Mr. Mack would stop me and he said, everybody in this world can fix just about anything if they'll only have patience. Okay. Give yourself some grace. Turn to somebody and say, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. That even if you don't understand the diagram all the time, even if you don't understand where you are right now, even if you're unsure of your direction, the instructions are there. That's when you pause to read the instruction manual. When I was halfway through and 3/4 of the way through, and I got stuck on the handles, I had to stop and look at the instruction manual. And when I did, I read each step and I went back and I said, I am missing something. Because see, if you don't read the instruction manual and you just trust anything or anybody, you end up having to disassemble stuff because you have misaligned the picture. You have misaligned the project. But when I stopped, I said, oh, wait a minute. I flipped to the front and there was this diagram that showed how every piece fit together. And I said, now I see the difference. So when you reflect, when you give yourself patience, you will say, you know what? This is a time for me to flip off the TV. This is a time for me to take off my shoes and go stand in the grass. This is a time for me to call my sister who believes in me and get her to pour into me as well. This is a time for me to call my brother who is struggling and tell him, I see you right now. I know you're having some hard times, but I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking about you. This is the time for me to pause, to take a break, to step back and see how things fit together and to follow the instructions. What are the instructions? It's really simple. The biggest instruction that I leave with you today is to recognize that everything is working together for your good. Turn to somebody and say, it's all good. It's all good. I got it in me. You got it in you. Commit today in this moment. Commit today in this moment to ratchet things up. Because one of the things, the greatest tool that I had when I was putting that grill together was a ratchet screwdriver. And if y'all know what a ratchet screwdriver is when you crank it and you can pull it back and keep cranking it. You never have to take your hands off of it. It's just got that automatic motion. You can set it. And once you set it, you just get in a rhythm and everything keeps going forward. And even when you go back a little bit, it's only going back so it can catch the mechanism again so it can keep driving forward. That's called a ratchet screwdriver. You can do a lot with a ratchet screwdriver. It's almost like a power drill. You don't have to turn and pick it up and turn again. You just crank, ratchet. That's the volume. That's what you get in. That's the message point that you get in. That's what you get when you involve reaching reaching into these spiritual tools, you recognize that you are a ratchet mechanism and that you have the power to keep moving forward. And when you make a reference backward to your life, you're only doing that so your mind can remind you that you are building momentum to keep moving forward, to keep turning that screw, to keep moving forward in that space. That's what that ratchet spirituality would do. That's the difference between ratchet spirituality and ratchet religion teaching, which is the negative connotation. That's when you can go and learn the teachings and spout all of the scripture, but your attitude is funky. It's really quite ratchet. So instead of being ratchet in a spiritual sense, be ratchet in the way that you move things forward, in the way that you build things up, in the way that you embrace the momentum that will leave you and lead you to the greatest spaces that you wanted to be in. Do not go forward in this moment without recognizing that you have within you the power to succeed, to walk through this world with your dreams, and to leave this world a better place. That's why you're here, to leave the world a better place. You're going to commence forward to create the greatest life you've ever had and to share that love with everybody. Only thing you have to keep in mind is there's some assembly required. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Rise to your feet in this moment. As we seal this love energy, as we recognize which kind of ratchet we're going to be. Because when you got that ratchet power, look, D thinking about that, he's going to be on that all day. I love it. You might go somewhere today, you encounter somebody who's having a hard time. You might do that. They don't know what you're talking about. Because I see you. I see you. I see you. We can explain that out. All eyes closed. Hands over your hearts. Oh. As we breathe deeply in this space today, as we see before us the pieces of the puzzle, as we see before us the mechanism that leads us to our greatest dreams, we recognize that we are a part of that mechanism, that mechanism is the universe. When we look out and we see the birds flying and we hear them chirping and speaking to one another, we see the blessed cycle of life appearing before us. We see the cars moving in traffic and the birds flying through the sky and the ocean waters rolling on the shores. All of these things complete us. We see our small selves as a microcosmic part of the larger macrocosm. We give thanks in this moment. We give thanks for the renewal that we are feeling right now. We give thanks for the renewal that comes from community. We give thanks for the renewal that comes from recognizing that we are here with the tools that we need to live the best life that we can live. And so we are grateful, Divine Source. We are grateful, Spirit, for this wonderful reminder that we are here for a reason and a purpose. And so we open ourselves right now. We open our hearts right now. We open the space within us right now to be filled to overflowing. That we operate from the space of overflowing love and a high vibration. And I speak that we will encounter people along this path today that will keep us reminded to not quit. That will keep us reminded that we don't need outside agency. We need this inner space to continue to grow and to continue to glow. Oh, we don't hold off right into the future. We speak it right now. So we speak cleansing and health and clarity right now. The clarity of vision, the clarity of purpose, the clarity of love. Oh, we speak it and embrace it. We breathe it in together. We exhale and release it. And as we go forth, let our light continue to shine in a way that will remind everyone else that they are covered in love too. Thank you for this day, for this moment. We speak in agreement and proclaim the good, and so it is. Amen. Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Rub those hands together with that green light. On the count of three, we're just going to sling that love around the room. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Soak it up, love it up, love it up, love it up. Give the universe a round of applause. We're happy in this space. As we get ready to close, as we begin to close today, I want to remind you all that it is an awesome day. One thing that we left out is the cycle of life and creation continues at our house. Our little pray for Nala, our little baby cat that barely got to adulthood and then running in them streets back and forth. She just gave birth to a few kittens up under Kamari's bed this morning on the way in. That's right, the universe is abundant. So by the time we get home, we're going to figure out what this thing is and what's going on. But guess what? Life goes on. And you can't predict how and when it's going to happen. And I think there's a beautiful lesson in that. All hearts and minds are clear. Keep Nala the cat in our prayers and the unknown babies as we sway to the side. Woo! Pray my kids will leave them babies alone, Rihanna. Let them breathe. Don't touch them. So as all hearts and minds are clear, and then we move from this place to a world that awaits our light, we ask that as we sing this song, as we feel this song, as we speak these words into the atmosphere, that our voices will be put together as one, tuning our frequency into balance with the universe, for the peace, for the love, for the joy that we all accept in the present, in the right here and the right now. We invite you at home and in the space to sing along with us the song that we use to close Infinity Fellowship, a reminder of who and whose we are. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day. God's reminding me to look at you and see family. All right, now we know it. Let's flow it. If today's a brighter day and we are on our way, then we can begin to heal ourselves again. Oh, we remember yesterday, and yet today's the day that God's reminding me to look at you and see family. Oh yeah, God's reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. My God is reminding me, God's reminding me to look at you and see family. We speak that the God of your understanding, the ancestors, the divine cosmos, all the forces of nature rest, rule, rock, and abide with us henceforth, now and evermore from this space. Let us sing together. Amen, Amen, Hotep Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. We love you guys. That's a fact you cannot change. Relax. Have a good time. You ain't got to go home, nor do you have to leave necessarily. We love you. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Yeah.